And I am live. Good morning, everybody. July 9th, Tuesday, 2019 in Little Rascal 2. I've been thinking about renaming it Superfly. I don't know, because somebody said your van is so fly over there. And I hope you all are having a good Tuesday. I am in Chicago, and good morning, Marshall. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Keith Gregory, Vicky, how are you? How are you doing today? Delightful weather here. You still think it's pretty warm, huh?
It's a little bit humid. Yep. I'm gonna check the forecast here.
I just think it's delightful. Zoe, how you doing, honey? Nice to see you. Zoe Small, she's the one that stream sniped me in Maryland there.
Oh,
came up on
cool,
the stream. Missy Jenn, good morning, sweetie. How are you? I enjoyed your update very much today. Very good. Good morning, Jen. How are you? Matt and Eric, nice to see you. Jasmine, good morning. Yep, this morning's hangout brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts, the coffee of Chicago here. Do they have like Starbucks here and places like
here's
that?
the forecast, Rosie, if you want to take a look at it.
Let me see something here. Forecast looks pretty good.
Pretty hot. Some pretty hot days coming up. It'll be good for the lake, to go to the lake.
Yeah, maybe so. But there's
Yeah,
how you doing? Yep. And if you don't like it, then roll on. How you doing, DF Knock? Nice to see you. I like to do things my way on the channel here. I promised to do this build today, so I'm looking forward to getting started on that. Hey, Cassidy Hampton, how you doing, beautiful? I've not seen the Timmies around here. Hey, Allison, hello. I don't think there's Tim Hortons in Chicago, are there?
No. If you want to use this to read the comments, you can. You can see it better.
I can see it okay there. And, quite a ride into Chicago today. Good morning, JK NoCal in the chat. Nice to see you.
Good morning,
Jacob.
Jen. Jen's in the chat.
Yep, Missy Jenn in the chat. Very nice update from Missy Jenn on the Rancho today. Got her hair all duded up and everything. Yeah. Cobra John, how you doing? Just got up. Yeah.
Good morning, DFNOK.
The nice thing now is I'm gaining time as I'm going west here. I'm starting to...
Andrea's in there. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning, Andrea. I'm getting my days are longer now, which is really nice. Every time I was moving east, I seemed like I was losing. My days were so short. Got up about 7:30 today. I've really kicked this cold now. I'm feeling good. I didn't really have it. It couldn't really get a grip on me. Rosie doesn't do sick, so it kind of skirted on me.
Quick question for you. When you're in the van and under shade, what would you say it brings down the temperature inside of the van?
Oh, probably about 5 or 6 degrees inside.
Really?
Yeah, what do you think?
I think more like 10 or 15.
Well, I got a white van here, and it's all, if I had a dark colored van, it would be a nightmare. Yeah, it was pretty in peak. Where are you sleeping in that van? I can boondock anywhere in this van. I can be on a shopping center. I can be anywhere at all with this on a city street, and it blends in so beautifully. Good morning, Cassidy. And this is one of the big things, and I've not done a video at all on the van or my thoughts after 1 month being on the road. I've not done any kind of video. I know Marsha wants to do a video on the van.
I want to do an in-depth tour of her van and also an interview with her while she's doing the van live for the channel. So
the temperature today is going to be about 85 degrees, which is delightful. I was struggling with the upper 90s in Detroit. The humidity to me seems about reduced.
Is it tolerable?
Yeah, very, very comfortable here. And the best thing for me has been the sleeping at night has been so good. This bed build in the back, although Marshall thinks it's too low and it's too big, for me it's been absolutely perfect, the size of that. Yeah, it sounded a lot better. Still got a tiny bit of a cough, but it is on its way out. So I plan on enjoying I came in last night. The first thing I did was have a couple of Chicago dogs at a local place here.
And you forgot your phone there.
I left my phone there. Thank God I went back just as they were cleaning up. I was going to do some content over there. I left my phone. The guy was real nice. He came out. I guess he was expecting me to come back. Oh, thank you very much. I just got all cleaned up. I don't want you to get... No, I came close to it. But today I'm feeling 95. Yesterday I felt about an 80. I don't do sick. So, I'm very lucky. I have a very strong immune system. And, yeah, it was good. I took a little Mucinex. It busted up whatever was in my lungs. You got to remember, we went from, it's hot and humid. Remember, I come out of the West. There's no humidity at all.
Yeah.
And after I think you spend enough time in the East, the change in the climate for the humidity, and then it rains and stuff like that coming outside of the Henry Ford. I felt a little bit of a chill. I got my sweatshirt on. Hey D, what's going on? Good morning to you. Yeah, so I'm nice and used to. I'm really glad to be back in Chicago. It's a place that I really enjoyed myself. Almost 4 years ago when I first came out.
I think with Rosie being in Chicago now in July in the heat of the summer, she can really enjoy every aspect of Chicago. The outdoor festivals, the food, the choo-choo content, walking the lake. There's so much over here right now to do.
Yeah, it's
so
a good
much.
time.
It's
Good
a
time
great
to be
time
here.
that she came.
My top priority is to build out, of course, to do a first-class job on the generator box. I'm donating my labor for that, which I'm happy to do.
And I really appreciate Rosie's doing that. That she's taking the time and to do that, and also with Mr. X's tools that he has, his unlimited plethora of tools, and Rosie's knowledge, and I think that it's going to be a very successful project. It will be pretty cool to get it done when it's done. It's going to be a custom job. It's going to be nice. So
yeah, so it'll be.
Yep.
It's interesting to do that for me. I'm looking forward to building that out, and I'm also looking forward mainly to seeing some more of Chicago. Unfortunately, the last time I came here, it was very, very cold.
Yep.
I got here, it was a delight, as Mr. X likes to say.
What year and month were you here for the way some
November.
people? November of 2015.
Yeah.
Rosie was here basically almost 4 years ago, and she
Almost.
came and it was cold, and it was
Hey, Mr. Z.
it was like 20, it was like 35 degrees outside with wind, and it felt like it was 15. It was really cold. We couldn't really do.
Hit up Lou Manani's Pizza. Yeah, I had Mike's number 2 or Pete's number 2. I wasn't impressed last time I was here in town, so I've already been suggested to go to Lou Manani's. My friend Cupcake Zinger has given a couple suggestions on some places too. Mouse Toes, how are you today? Nice to see you. Got Mr. Z. Yasmin, how are you? Yeah, it was a good.
I think it'd be interesting for a change for you to ask your fans, where they want you to go, where they want to see, because you got a lot of fans watching, a lot of people, and everybody wants to see something. They see it on TV, they don't have the opportunity to see it.
Yeah, well, here's the way it breaks down for me. When I have a project to do, I can't rest my mind until that project's done. Okay.
Yeah.
In other words, I can take my night, I can go around, I can get the blue wig on, the short dress, and go around and do some of the spots and stuff. But the daytime, this is not my first time in Chicago. I spent 4 days here the last time, and I really enjoyed myself. I saw a lot of places here. I was downtown on the Riverwalk next to, on the Chicago River down there. It was beautiful. I went outside of the Willits, had some great food, had some outstanding food here. He gets kind of bummed out. I like to redo. He likes to try. I had the Gale Street, the Gale Street ribs. But he'll think, oh, there's a competitor place to that you should.
Well, the place for the tavern ribs that's known to be the best is Twin Anchors in Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
And the tavern ribs are ribs that are. They boil them and they marinate them like in wine, and they're like boiled, and then they put them in an oven, and then they finish them with barbecue sauce on a grill. It's called tavern style ribs, Chicago style.
Yeah, Sandy, I gave you a hi-ho first thing on this morning. is hello to Sandy Callie. Nice to see you, sweetheart. Always an honor to have the Texas gang in the chat today. Woo. So good to be here. So I hope that you're doing okay. Once again, I'm not in Detroit anymore, but what an excellent challenge you put together for Detroit. A lot of people gave a lot of good feedback on that insane asylum tour. That was pretty awesome. That was all of your design and doing. So once again, thank you for that, and I hope everything is going great down in Texas for you. Now you tell me, how you doing, Scottish? Marshall says there's things you got, you do things, but I'm the kind of person, as I was saying, I like to get in there, and I like to 20 Texas people in a 65-inch. That's really cool. Hey, yo to me.
I think that probably you have a lot of fans in Chicago. Chicago's a big city. I think they should reach out and email you to icanmakeitlikenew@gmail.com. I bet you there's a lot of people that watch you that are in Chicago that would meet you, and probably at the last second say, Rosie, you're here, I want to meet. Chicago is a big city and stuff. And I'm surprised more people don't come out of the woodwork.
The only thing is, well, they probably will over the next few days. I'm going to be here about a week or so, and then see what's going on with CFD makes his way over to Chicago to head back to Vegas, or whether he's going to stick it out in Michigan.
Well, he's in the side chat
a bit
right
longer.
now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's see, if you get a chance, hit the Shed Aquarium. Yeah. The main thing I want to do is, this is the kind of city that I'm going to come back and spend a lot of, like a month here or something. Just direct shot to Chicago, so I don't feel like I have to see the big tourism thing right now. It's been really good to see Mr. X. I've not seen him since November of 2015. He was very hospitable last night.
I think you should take advantage of the weather and do outdoor stuff. You can see the lake. You could go to Navy Pier. You can go to the lake. You can walk around, do your walking chooches, see the different neighborhoods. A lot of outdoor stuff.
Thank you, destination.
And if you ever come in the wintertime, you could always do the indoor stuff like Shed Aquarium and the Willis Tower and John Hancock Building and all that other stuff.
But I want to get this box built so that I can get that out of the way, and then I got my free time to do other stuff. So today's a day to do precise measurements and precise layout and discuss, look at some hardware, look at some ways for securing a box, because let's face it, it's a couple $1,000s. How much does that generator cost? I mean, that's
it's about almost a $2,000 generator. Yeah, with taxes and everything, it's probably about $2,200.
Yeah, and I have a $600 power main. And people laugh at it, but it's a hell of a nice unit. But this is 3,600 watts. This thing's a monster. So it is a Target. You have an opportunity to get a Class C RV. That's great.
Yeah.
But the generator is a Target, so there's certain requirements about it. Has to be secured to the base, and it's going to be designed so that the top pops off and that you can service it, do whatever you need to do that. Is who married? I'm not sure who you're talking about.
Actually, it's kind of funny. Me and Rosie went to the Larsa Palace buffet in Sterling Heights. It's an elegant banquet hall with a buffet. And Rosie was dressed up in her dress, and I was in my dress shirt, and we walked in. And the server said, you and your wife can sit here. He actually thought Rosie was my wife. So officially, yes, for one day, people thought she was my wife. So just take that.
He cleans up good, when he went into that place. I mean, the floor man treated him like a king when he went in.
Rosie looked pretty elegant, and the guy said, you and your wife can sit here, and this is a nice place for you guys to sit. And I told him, I said, look, she's not my wife. She's just a friend. I wanted to make sure to let him know that.
The blue-eyed devil is in
Yeah.
And it was very nice to hang out with the Chaldean Christians over there. It was we hit actually a confirmation or something that was going on over there. That video is going to be coming out later today. I'm a little backed up in videos. that was a journey across Michigan yesterday, but it turned out to be really good. It was a little wild coming into Chicago. A lot of people complimented on the screenshot I took with the phone of Marshall's van with the skyline of Chicago.
One thing I want to tell you guys, if you have a chance after this hangout, go to Elvis Travels and check out this video of Dreamland Market. What's cool about it, it's an Assyrian grocery store, like in Sterling Heights, Michigan, and it's cool. I've never seen that like it in my life. Like a full-fledged Assyrian grocery store.
Hi, Patsy.
With food and a bakery and the whole
Thank
nine
you,
yards.
Penny.
I just put it up, and it really is interesting for those of you who are foodie fans.
So as far as touring, what I would like to do is do a drive around tour and do a live stream drive around there. And then eventually I want to get down to the south side and go through the hoods down there. Someplace he's never been before down on the south side there. So I'm looking forward to going down there and running the south side, seeing what that looks like into the hood. But otherwise, for touring is kind of secondary here, but there'll be a lot of content. I'm interested in the nightlife, over Boys Town and some of the other areas of the city here to explore the nightlife and do that would be pretty cool. Maybe I haven't gotten gigged up since Vegas. Maybe get a little gigged up, get the blue wig on and the heels and get out there and enjoy some of the nightlife. Hey hippie, how are you? Let's see. No, I don't think I need to wear a burqa. I don't think Chaldean Christians don't wear burqas.
Yeah, I think Rosie's going to be able to. This time around to enjoy Chicago on many different levels. Yeah. The nightlife, the chooching, the outdoor stuff, the neighborhoods, the cultures of people. She's going to just get a little glimpse of it in a week. You can't see it all in a week. It's just,
the week is going to be the minimum. If I'm having a good time, I'll say 10 days. I should be back at the end of, towards the end of July.
I think going to the Mexican area, a little village, I think Rosie would really enjoy that. There's a lot of good food there and a lot of different businesses. That's a very interesting place to go to.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, whatever you want to do, we can do some chooching. I'm glad it looks like you got a chance to get a Class C RV. That would be pretty cool. That's what you need. If you're going to be on the road and stuff, the tent is cool, but if you want to be an urban...
So does D say he's coming to Chicago?
He said he might be coming here for a day to do to do some stuff. So, okay. But for me, it's all about urban van dwelling. Like I said, as I told you guys before, I don't have a lot of interest in going out to countryside, to campsites and sitting around campfires. What I like is being in the heart of the city and exploring all the options for the food, all the options for the nightlife, the tourism. And then if there's small towns on the way to the next place, then stopping and exploring some of those towns and doing that type of thing. MB, how you doing? MB Breas in the chat. Nice to see you. Hey, Jeffrey. Whiskey's now the king of RVs. Yeah, I saw he did a video. Did he really get an RV, or is he sitting in his friend's RV?
I've been waiting for Rosie to come to Chicago for over 4 years now to finally show some Chicago content. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. You'll get a view of Chicago that you never have before. I'm so excited she's here, and it's going to be completely different than what she's usually done. You guys are going to see some pretty cool stuff, and I'm excited about showcasing Chicago to you guys.
It's going to be good. Of course, Chicago's all about the meats, and particularly, I feel like I've done a lot of those. I feel like I've closed the page, unless he says there's some place that makes some hummus that's unbelievable.
There's a place that smokes fish. It's called Calumet Fisheries. It's on the south side. That's a legendary place. There's a lot of legendary places here that make homemade sausage. Everybody knows there's the pizzas, there's the Italian beef, there's the hot dog, but there's also a lot of good cultured food. There's Chinatown, there's Greektown, there's Little Italy.
Yeah, deep dish pizza.
There's Humboldt Park, the Puerto Rican area.
But like I say, yeah, if there's Puerto Rican food to try, I'd love to have the food with plantains and things like that.
Also, the different festivals are happening right now. I don't know exactly what the itinerary is, but there's Taste of Chicago. There's all different sorts of festivals.
To me, the itineraries, I got to get the, get the box built. Okay, I got to knock that thing out and finish
That's important.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the most.
Then when that's done, I'll hit the beach and do some other things here.
Yeah.
I thought I actually lost 2 pounds since I've been on the road, which was pretty nice to discover this morning.
Yep.
I haven't really eaten a hell of a lot. When I eat, I pile it away. Like had 2 nice Chicago dogs last night. They weren't as good as Ted's up in Buffalo, but they were still decent. They're not super dog or something like that, but it was okay for just 1 minute away for getting into town. Hanging out with Mr. X for an hour last night, and then going on and boondocking and all that. So, a week here, 10 days, it's not going to much matter, because after I leave here, it's back to the Rancho and then get ready for Southern California. He might be swinging down. He needs to get his dental done.
I might drive to Santa Rosa and then go down to San Diego, go over the border to Tijuana, get my teeth done, do the whole tour of California.
Yeah, on the Pacific Coast Highway. Now, getting the teeth, you're going to get it done for about one-third to half the price of competition. And the quality's good, because now you have Yelp and stuff. These people can't really hide, if they're doing if they're doing a lousy job, then it's...
I think I've always wanted to see that side of the country, seeing the Assyrian community in Phoenix and in Los Angeles, San Jose, San Diego, Modesto, Ceres, Turlock, and then going up the water, all those towns, going up by Rosie. It would be an epic, really an epic content.
I gotta tell you, places like Modesto in summertime, they get up to about 115 degrees and they don't cool off to about 90 at night. I mean, they're really,
I would probably stay north
out in the Central Valley in the summertime, and you'll burn to a crisp out there. And
I'll have to go up to a higher elevation to cool off.
But the coastal range where I want to go, down the coast, San Francisco to Pacifica to Monterey to Santa Cruz to San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara, it's all cool. Air comes in at night. It's all a great place to...
what about where the redwoods are at? Is it cool up there?
Yeah, it's all cool. It's all on the coastal range. Redwoods are only going to grow where it's cool, foggy in the mornings and things like that. So it's all that stuff is to be determined if it comes to pass, But I'm one that likes to do first things first. I can't jump too far ahead with stuff. I'm going to go back to the Rancho. I'm going to have about 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'm going to hit the road to do the Pacific Coast Highway swing and head down there. And then it'll be up to him to determine how he wants to fit into the picture. I know that, he's driven a truck out on California and stuff when he had his CDL, but he doesn't really know the coastal areas or LA, the Iranian Persian areas, Santa Monica, Westwood, all those kind of places are very...
hey, let's face it. If I'm the king of the free world, if I've got the royal chariot, if I'm famous, I belong in Hollywood. One of my greatest things is to be live behind that Hollywood sign. To walk, where all those stars are at, on the walk over there, and just walk there and style and profile, and just be part of the culture of America. Elvis travels. Lisa Marie is part of the culture of America. I'm a brand name. So I need to solidify myself in Hollywood.
Well, it's an interesting place. And if you look at the restaurant review I did on Miscelli's, is the old school Italian with the Chianti bottles hanging on the ceiling. Missy Jenn and I really love.
I need to go wine tasting at Rosie in Sonoma Valley. I need to go and right there in front of Google LLC and go do a Chuchin in Mountain View, California by Google LLC.
Yeah, they might arrest you down there.
I'm going to tell them, by the way, I'm a YouTube celebrity.
Yeah, those are good dreams. Well, there's a lot, and the nice thing about the West Coast is it all naturally cools down at night with the ocean, and there's no humidity. And really, I want to get down to San
Have you
Diego.
ever been down to the Baja?
Baja?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. No,
Yeah.
that's in Mexico.
Yeah, it's in Mexico, yeah.
I wouldn't recommend taking your van into Mexico. You'll wake up one morning, you'll be on blocks, and everything will be stripped off the outside, and it'll look like a carcass. And you won't have heard a thing on the outside of that. So,
Yeah.
plus you have to buy the Mexican insurance to go over into Mexico and everything. So,
I want to chooch San Diego. I want to chooch Hollywood, by the stars there, work my way on up to Frisco,
hey,
Santa
Joseph
Rosa.
Kane, how are you? Yeah, it's all really, it's always very comfortable, like San Francisco. I mean, even in summertime, you really need a jacket in there. It gets
There's so much to
damn
do in
cold.
California, so.
Hooray for Hollywood. Yeah, Hollywood, baby, from Hollywood. It's the Tonight Show. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Good to see Joseph Kane in the chat, my good friend.
And
But for now, the top priority is to really measure accurately, to really get a design idea for this box, because there's a lot of requirements. It's got to be weatherproof, it's got to be theft proof, and it's got to be very secure.
Rosie, I got to ask you a quick question. Have you ever tried the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles?
No.
You haven't?
I'm not much on chicken waffles.
Okay.
It sounds fatty to me,
Yeah.
I'm in Southern California. I'm in California. We try to eat like a
Fish tacos.
light Mediterranean kind of diet.
Aren't they famous for the
stuff.
fish tacos?
Yeah, fish tacos and for
Mexican food.
very light salads and things like that. Yeah, what's going on, JK? The Baton Show Lounge. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, seafood and all that. It was really nice. If you haven't seen Missy Jenn's update on the Rancho today, it was very nice. Hey, Cindy, how are you? Cindy talks in the chat. Nice to see you, honey. Obviously, Missy Jenn's doing super well without the Rosie girl enjoying. Like, Rosie, you stay out there on the road as long as you like with no issue whatsoever. You're fantastic. I know you are. It was a nice update there. This, guys, I've harped on it before. I've saved thousands of dollars. I think now, at this point in time, that I made the ideal purchase of this van for this point in time for my entry into being a van dweller. Now, in a lot of ways, Elvis is right. Now you should step up to a bigger, like, Transit Connect or a Ram van, and then do a custom build out on it or something like that. But remember, when I do that, I'm going to start to lose a little bit of the stealth aspects. And Marshall is very particular about where he boondocks at night, but I can go into the worst neighborhoods anywhere, and people just think it's a utility van and nobody messes with it. Parking lots. Why? Because they can't imagine that somebody would be a van dweller inside of that. And yet it's been so comfortable. It's been so comfortable.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
I'm not sure what that one place this guy was mentioning here. Good morning, Jimmy Trapp. Sorry if I missed anybody on here. Let's see. Let me see something. Yeah, man's motorhome is ready to go now, coming Eastern. I really liked his. What do you think of Yeah Man's Class C?
Oh yeah, it was in great shape for his age.
It
was in great shape for his age, and
the upholstery and everything in there.
Yeah, it was in great shape for his age, definitely. But it's
yeah, it was good. JK, I got to be honest. I've had deep dish Chicago pizza before, but to me, it's too much bread. The balance between bread and toppings. That's why I like the New York style. You get the nice triangle and you get a really thin crust, not super thin, and then you got a good balance. But I don't want to eat something that's like a loaf of bread with, you know, I don't know how he feels. We had, what was that, Pete's or Mike's last time I was here?
Yeah, it was, what happened was, I think, it was Narce with us?
No, just
okay.
me and Mr. X.
Well, Rosie wanted to order the deep dish, and it's, the place that we went to is not really known for the deep dish. It wasn't the right place to order the deep dish. So, the deep dish thing is, it's a tourist trap. It's not what the locals eat. Most of the locals eat thin crust. So, there's a lot of good thin crust pizzas in Chicago.
You know, somebody explain to me, please, and I'm being very respectful, what makes a deep dish pizza so special as opposed to a New York style type of pizza? Is it because it seems to me it's more bread and it's just a much heartier kind of pizza? But I like the char on the crust, and I like the way the toppings on top get cooked and all that. So I'm always I'm just, I don't know, you know. So
Right.
yeah, you got to get it cooked right. I would agree, JK, no cow. And okay, Johnny West said, but Luminani's deep dish is having. Well, I'm going to try Luminani's then.
It's all about the crust and how the crust is made, and then the flavor of the sauce, but really mostly the crust.
Yeah, JK said I never had a deep dish that I like. Well, I'm going to try
First
Luminani's.
of all, the pizza that you guys are talking about is not deep dish or pan. It's called stuffed. The correct terminology is stuffed pizza.
Well, what
It's
is
not-
the Chicago style?
There's
Is it deep
different
dish?
kinds of deep dish. There's deep dish, and then there's like pan, and there's stuffed.
I like thin too, Cassidy.
So,
You know, but I'll give it a try. Kevin Chambers, how you doing? Nice to see you. I'll give it a try. I mean, I'm open to the food experience. Like I said, people do things differently. You go to get hot dogs. There's no ketchup around Chicago. They don't do ketchup. They don't do
no.
ketchup on hot dogs. So I don't even bother asking. Like last night, it's like, give me 2 hot dogs with everything except peppers.
I think the
and you
sweetness,
get the mustard.
I think the sweetness of the ketchup would not go good with a hot dog. Also, some of the relishes that are too sweet, I don't like on the hot dog.
Good morning,
in my opinion, so.
sweet. But for me, it took some getting used to until, you know, the concept didn't hit me right of the hot dog without ketchup until I had Wiener Circle or the Super Dog here, and that was a fantastic hot dog. And I thought, okay, you know, the way they do it here is great.
I think you should more get into more of the Polish sausages here, because
I want to try the Italian beef and have that too.
Right.
I don't care about the ice. I don't care about the lemon ice and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I know this place called Franny's. It's by O'Hare here, and they have an excellent beef, and they have blueberry ice, which is really good. There's so many good beef places here. I've tried pretty much all of them.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
Like I said, I'm excited about Rosie being here. There's so much to do, but you're just going to get a glimpse of it in a week. So,
Well, you got to remember, Marshall, last time I came here, it turned bitter cold, windy. I
Right.
literally thought I was going to freeze to death working on the Lisa Marie almost 4 years ago.
yep.
Now the weather is delightful. You know, get this stuff done, and then I can do what I want to do. I can get a little beach time, get a little enjoyment, have a blast here, and bring lots of content for you
Right.
guys. You know, my number one thing would be to do a drive around Chooch and kind of get the layout and view. You saw a beautiful view. If you saw my video coming in, my live stream coming into Chicago, you had a beautiful view of this coming into the city. It was a tremendous piece of
We can start
videography.
off with a tour of. I've kind of did it kind of halfway with my van, but we can start from the north side and go through Little Argyle, the Asian area, and go from neighborhood to neighborhood. It would take hours to do it,
Yeah.
but it would be an epic
Well, you should
thing.
always start, I think, with one mega overview shoot. You know what I'm saying? The van has been running fantastic. Yeah, I think JK, I saw that van in front of me with the skyline, and I kind of did a zoom shot on it, and there was nobody posting in the side chat at that particular moment, and I just snapped the screenshot, and it was really an epic shot of the skyline with the band. So, you know, I know a lot of people don't like Elvis. I just try to segregate out the good things, and to keep, you know, if I'm with him and here, he's pretty much on a positive plane day after day after day. Yeah, because there's something in it for him, but you know, I'm always hopeful, and it's been a good experience. I haven't had any disagreements or anything.
One of my goals.
We share the same interest in urban
exploring. I think one of my goals of Rosie coming to Chicago is I want to showcase Chicago to you guys in the summertime, so you can see a lot of things here about Chicago. And to do it with Rosie, it's fun. I don't do it on my own because to me it's I've already seen all of it. So, but to share it with you guys,
I'm willing to burn the gas to go around.
And yeah, to share it with you guys, it's a lot of things to see in Chicago. In Detroit, we concentrated on the ghettos. We went to Ford Museum. That was cool.
I got fatigued. I got fatigued in Detroit. The roads just bashed me down in Detroit. They just took it. They took the starch out of me in Detroit. Everything was either caving in, rerouting, potholes. You know, I destroyed a tire over there.
One thing Rosie should try is, and we need to do it live, is a Jim's Original Polish, which is really good.
That's good.
And the pork chop sandwich over there is really good too at Jim's Original.
There you go, Joseph Kane.
That's something that she should try. And
stop waking. Well, I don't have my pepper spray, no, but I'm saying he doesn't sleep all day. I mean, he may when I'm not around, but my days start early. I was up at 7 a.m. today and doing some
when
shit.
you're with Rosie, you get motivated. You get motivated really quick to do things because she always wants to do things, and you know, you have to wake up and.
I can't wait till I'm already looking forward to part 2 of the summer adventures in Southern California, where I want to try to get a place for a month down there, a stationary location, to use as a base to park the van, so I don't have to worry about be comfortable.
I think in the daytime it's nice to be working on your rig and doing projects so you can see everything. It's bright, and then when the sun goes down, it's just too dark to really do projects, and that's the time when you take that time to actually go out and kind of make a little bit of
Bosco
content.
says, do you like organic food?
Did you ask me that?
Yeah, he said, Bosco said, do you like organic?
I actually am. It's okay. I'm actually I'm allergic to organic salsa. One time I ate it and I just broke out. I don't know why.
God damn, I can't wait to get to Pittsburgh and spend a few weeks in Pittsburgh. I just skirted north of Pittsburgh when I was coming up to Detroit, and I was kind of half tempted to take a day or two to just swing left and go down, because I'm so dying to go to Primanti Brothers in Pittsburgh and try their loaded sandwiches, and also to go up the incline. I guess it's Mount Washington or whatever. You get the view of the Tri-River area. There's so many cities that I want to explore and do the urban exploration in, and then after a year or two of that, then I'll reevaluate and probably get a Class B or something like that.
Well, I'm hoping to show Rosie.
Yeah, the Impossible Burger was great, JK. I can't remember where I had one in town.
Yeah, I was hoping to show Rosie Mr. X's Road Trek 210.
Oh, we'll get it. I'm going to do a video of it.
Yeah, to just give her a glimpse of one of the best Class Bs ever made, and that will kind of give her a little bit of an idea of what the Road Trek 210 is if she's lucky enough to find one. But I know Rosie likes this van, but in my opinion, this is just a weekend warrior van. This is not a van that you hit the road with.
I've proven otherwise. I've proven that I can boondock safely. I've proven that I can save thousands of dollars. I've proven that I can be comfortable. To me, the number one thing of being on the road, and I don't care whether it's in a van or an RV, in the Coachman, I never had a comfortable night sleeping. I cannot sleep on a jackknife sofa with the bed going down in the middle. The GMC RV, the bed in the back was too small. Okay, it was also not comfortable. This, to me, the number one priority You've got to be able to have a good night's sleep at night. In this thing, I don't care what's around me. He's talking about the other day, there were fire engines, there were people having a melee on the parking lot. I didn't hear a damn thing over. I didn't hear anything over there.
Two things about this van.
I slept I have slept every night so comfortably that I can enjoy my day, and that's the critical factor. Hey Bobby, how you doing? Hope you're feeling good. There's Bobby.
Hey Bobby, how you doing?
Hope your recovery's going well. Wish Bobby.
Oh yeah, Bobby. I hope you make a full recovery. I heard about your
Yep, he's got
hip
a metal
problem
rod
there.
in his hips now, so I hope he's doing
and,
good.
I hope you're doing better.
Yeah, only a queen size bed.
But
Also, if I meet a nice gal along the way.
two things about Rosie's van though is that
Ladies.
good gas mileage and stealth. Those
Yeah.
are the only two advantages that it has over a Class B. And if you're willing to just be in a
Cassidy. Yeah, it's stealth, and for me, I'm only sleeping in. Let's say I hit a rainy day, I'm going to be at a public library or something. I don't care. You know, it's not important to me. I'm not really going to cook in it because it's not been proven to me that I can save money on eating compared to the time and expense and setup of doing that. I mean, especially in the Midwest, food is so cheap out here and plentiful that hey Harvey, how you doing? It's nice and clean inside. This is a double bed in the back. It's a full double bed.
Rosie has the basics in here. If she ever met a significant other, she's got room for that significant other in this bed. She's got a seating
short term, a one night stand, but there's no way that long term the two people.
She's got a seating position up front, but there is no climate control in this thing, so you're at the mercy of the weather.
Yeah, now I've already been overnighting 85 degrees with the windows up, and honestly just crawled naked into the back and still slept like a baby, and woke up feeling good.
You think that bed back there is big enough for a BBW? You don't like BBWs,
yeah.
so.
Well, I mean, if me and a BBW,
yeah,
probably not. We're going to this. I'm going to be going to the south side of Chicago. I want to bring the whole experience. I have no fear down there.
Rosie likes women that are built like Vanna White.
Well,
that's her type.
I don't know. I'm not a BBW chaser. That's not my thing. But I like women and guys, all shapes and sizes. I don't have anything against. I enjoy just the if the person's dynamic and they're fun. I don't care about anything. You know, it doesn't matter to me. Good afternoon, Nathan. On a break. So the plan today is I need to measure and do some really specific research on building out this. This box has to be well engineered here, so this is critical for encompassing this generator. So, and then this evening, you know, do a little foodie thing, maybe do a little nighttime exploring. It depends. I'm feeling really good today. I've kicked this cold, tried to get a grip in me. It couldn't do it, so I'm feeling really good today.
Yeah.
Yeah, BBW. Jock Blue. We're Missy Jenn and I are we live more like sisters over there these days. So, yeah. So far, I have to say most of the trip's been on a very positive plane. I understand when I'm live, you know, it's not everything's everybody's cup of tea on here, but the nice thing is most of the people that wanted to leave have now left the channels, and it's being shaped more into the people that enjoy the content, and they're not going to be all caught up in the current dramas of YouTube and things, and that's a good thing. You know, like I said, I've unsubbed all of the drama things, all the so-called news channels. I've unsubbed all that stuff because they're anything but news. They're nothing of balance, and I've gotten rid of all that stuff and cleaned up, you know, just removed it from my feed. So I have no idea. You know, I'm getting drilled constantly with questions about what about Dave and Becca and stickers, and I'm not even clued into that stuff, nor do I even care about it. You know, it's not my private I'm not one to stick my business into other people's private affairs. So.
I've unsubbed also from all those. I've unsubbed from everybody. I don't want to see any more drama. There's no content. All it is people sitting behind a. There's a reason we got 193 people watching here in the middle of the daytime. Because right now, face it, believe it or not, it's the facts. Rosie O'Kelly and Elvis Travels are the two hottest channels in this so-called, if you want to call it, bottom of YouTube.
There's a nice conversion van
Yeah,
over there.
that's why we've got 195 people watching. They want to see what we're gonna do.
You guys are
Rosie
sweet.
is in Chicago.
Hey, Dorland.
We've got a plethora of things to do, and each day is gonna be a different thing. I just think that
There'll be,
you know,
there will be a little more content from Detroit, but I like making content. I like, some people don't consider it content, some people consider it crap. But to me, if I'm out doing exactly what I want to do on a daily basis and bringing the things, then people enjoy being along and seeing that. So
I think
I'm going to
that,
go about 14 more minutes or so here and then
right.
wrap it up. It's been a great first day. Like I said, I went to bed early last night, and that sleep really helped. You know, I had let's see, butt slam. Well, let's see. So it's all good. I mean, I'm having a good time. Yeah, I love Dory Lynn. Can't wait to get down to Florida. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I like to be on the travel channel. So, Kevin Chambers. No, I've never run the air at night. I've actually had this with the windows full up in 85 degrees. That's about the limits of my endurance, and I still slept. Very, very well. Do you prefer Marshall or Elvis? What do you? This person wants to know. Do you prefer to be called? I just call him by his name, Marshall. That's what I call him.
Well, I don't really like people calling me by my real name. Why? Because if I don't have a personal relationship with you, if you're not my friend, if you're not my family, a lot of people want to call me Zaya. Well, it's not Zia, it's pronounced Zaya or Marshall or Camus. If you're not my friend, if you're not my family member, who are you to think that you can address me by my first name? That's first of all. If I don't know you, you know, that's like personal and stuff. So, I'm Elvis Travels. That's my channel. People want to call me Elvis. My name isn't Elvis. I'm an Elvis tribute artist. So when people call me Elvis, that's incorrect also. When people call me by my name, well, if you have a personal relationship with me, then you can call me by my name. And if you're not, like you trolls always want to address me by my name, well, you can do that. But I don't know your name. So if you know my name, it's only fair that I know your name. So that's why I'm asking every troll out there that says Zaya or Marshall Camus, I'd like to know what your first name is too, so that I can address you by your first name. If you know my name, it's only fair that if I know your name, not your YouTube name, but your real name. That's what I believe. I think it's a give and take with the audience. It's not fair for people to call me Marshall or Zaya, but then I don't know what your name is, right?
Well, for me,
so that's
I don't care who you are. I don't care if I had a bad relationship, I'm always going to treat you with respect. And I'm never going to use a nickname or a moniker that other people give people. I don't care whether it's Marshall, Elvis, or whatever. I'm gonna use your name respectfully. I'm not gonna use another name that people make up to. And I don't care. There's people that don't like me. I still will call them by their YouTube name. I'm not going to twist their name to make it a crappy thing. That's not my nature to do that. It's my nature to deal with respect.
When people
and
call
if I
me,
get it back, I'm happy. If not, then it is what it is.
When people call me Elvis, that is an incorrect term. Again, I'm an Elvis tribute artist, but my name isn't Elvis. I never go by Elvis. My channel is Elvis Travels, but I never said that my name was Elvis, or I want people to call me Elvis. I want
How
people
you doing,
to call
Mark
me.
Handler?
You can call me the King. That's good enough. This is what I want you people to call me.
Respect goes a long way.
Call me.
And I'm always going to
King,
deal
the King.
from a position of respect, always. And that's just the way I am. I'm not gonna disrespect anybody on YouTube, and that's the way I've always been, and it's the way I always intend
Well,
to be.
people used to call you Hosey.
Well, they call me Hosey.
They
but
call
that's
me
on
Elbow.
them.
They call me Elbow and stuff. So they
It
can
never
make
bothers
up.
me. They call me Herman, which is, it's the stupidest thing, and they don't get any. It's
Exactly.
like I don't pay it any. It doesn't bother me. It's like it's kind of in one ear and out the other, but I don't return same to people. I still believe in being respectful over the long term, because that's my nature. And not everybody, you got to get used to it on YouTube. If you're going to be a content creator, you're going to meet other YouTubers, you're going to get people that get upset sometimes, and that's the way it is. That's the way it goes. No, I don't. That's between you and him. I'm
said
just talking about for me.
No,
people,
Oda. My YouTube channel name is Elvis Travels. That's my channel name. But I never said. I would prefer to people just call me the King. Don't call me by my first name, because I don't have a personal relationship with you. If you're not my family or friend, I don't think people deserve to call me by my personal name, because I don't have a. You're not my friend or family member. I don't think a troll has the right to say Zaya or Marshall Camus, because I don't have you're not my friend or family member. That's my personal name. I'm an entertainer. I'm Elvis Travels, but I never said that my name was Elvis. But I say I'm the king of the free world. So if you call me the King, that's good enough. Now, even for my fans out there that are watching, I prefer if you just call me the King. But you guys want to call me by my first name, my personal name, you guys want to use Elbow like you use Hosey, again, that's being disrespectful. And second of all, you trolls out there that don't know me, you're not my family or friends, you have no right to use my personal non-entertainer name, to use Zaya Marshall Camus.
Let's get off of that now, and you take that up on your.
That's just
your channel. But I'm just saying, people know where I come from.
Do you want people calling you by your real name?
What, Rosie?
Well,
I mean, plenty of people use Steven, which was my pre-name.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Would that be okay
what I'm
with
saying.
you? That's
but
what
it's
I'm saying.
on them. It exposes them and their behavior as it doesn't. It reflects on them, not me.
Exactly.
But I try to meet each day.
You
in a
prefer
positive
to be called Rosie,
of
and
course,
not
of
that.
course.
And that's
most,
the same thing with me too.
95% of the people
Exactly
do, and I can't control the other 5%.
And that's where I stand too. I prefer people to call me call me the King. I don't want them to call me Marshall or
whatever. I'm just saying, but that's
same.
fine for me. I like to take things on a positive way, and I always will. I will always do that. In other words, Marshall, the difference between you and me is, if something irritates you, you'll open up a rant.
But what I'm saying,
let me just finish, and you'll do a rant hangout. You may delete it, you may not. For me, I'm not going to put the time into ranting. I'm not going to give the attention to it. In other words, the content that goes on my channel, I want to be very specific. I don't want it to be about other personalities on YouTube. I want to be about the travels and adventures that I'm taking. So I'm not going to pollute my channel with the negativity about stuff. So I'm willing to,
Do you believe anybody's real name should be used on YouTube? Anybody? I mean, anybody? Me, you, anybody else?
A lot of people have their real names on and stuff like that when they come on, but
I think that's personal. I think when somebody uses your personal name, that's getting personal. Like, I don't believe that they have that.
How you doing, Kat?
That's just the way that I see it.
Yeah. So we'll see. We will see. Let's see. Yeah, I just that's the difference between it. I won't give the time or attention to do that, because I know it's YouTube, so it doesn't really impact me. If I meet you in real life, we have a good time, we're happy. People have enough, if people wanted to leave the channel, they would leave, but they've seen enough experience of me over the years. A very small core of people that are dislikers, they do their own thing on here, but it doesn't really affect me. So I'm very happy You like the content. Yeah, so I let him just, if he, that's the beauty of YouTube. Everybody can run their channel the way that they want to run it. So he has very specific guidelines of the way he likes his chats to run, the people he wants on his chat.
Right.
And I'm kind of a different way, but that's what makes variety on YouTube. But for me, the number one thing is respect for people. And I think it's gone a long way to making me happy on here. Yo, you need crane operator. Thank you. Yep. So I just, we can't control people on here and how they act. So it'll be a fun agenda coming up. I see Andrea W. in here. Nice to see you this morning.
Hey, Andrea, what's up? I see her in here.
Lady T will be stopping by. And I'm going to go about 4 more minutes here. How you doing, Gigi? Congratulations again on your RV purchase. Hello, Lady Nighthawk. How are you? Just finishing up today. I feel so much better than that.
Just a quick question. Anybody from Chicago watching? We almost got 190 people watching.
Yeah, if anybody wants to meet up in Chicago, I think Carlos Martinez said he wants to.
Yeah, send me a message at Camper Van Elvis'
or
Facebook
I can make
page,
it like new at gmail.com.
Right, or Assyrian God33
Yep.
at gmail.com. So
I'm looking forward to that. And it's called Mateship. There you go, Joseph Kane. The way they do it in Australia. That's it, Australia. I like that. Nice to see Mr. Z on this chat too, the mysterious Mr. Z. Hope he's doing good. I see you, Andrew. Of course I see you on here. Yeah. Oh, Andrew, you've never been to Chicago? Difference between Chicago and Detroit is this seems to be, more like the wide open spaces. The roads are wider.
I'll tell you what Rosie is happy about here, that the roads are not battered. They were battered and pretty battered in Michigan, and Rosie was really complaining about it. And now she's not complaining about it. Now she's fine.
Now I have a smile on my face. But the roads in Detroit, I love the city. I love the food scene. I enjoyed every night except the first night. But the roads absolutely battered the living hell out of me.
Old weather guy said he'd love to meet up with you, but only you. I don't know where he's
that's
at.
Fine.
Okay. I don't know if
I'll make that happen. I think David Guns, if you're watching.
Hey, Gabriel Garcia, that's my fan in Seattle, Washington. Yep. How you doing, Gabriel? Vegas Vixen is in here.
Gabriel Garcia, how you
Dory
doing?
Lynn is in here. How you doing, Dory?
So if David Guns gets a hold of this, I'll be perfectly willing. He offered to take me over to that pizza place. No videos, no nothing. But to go over there and have that experience at that place that he went to would be pretty cool. So, like I say, I've been in cities where people don't necessarily get along good with Marshall, but they do with me, and they've been like Mike and Crystal Loyal were fantastic in Detroit, and I'm happy about that. So. Let's see, Gigi says, do you see her? You might want to get onto her channel because she's got her Class B RV now on there. Let's see. Vegas Vixen, what's going on, honey? I guess you're taking off for Michigan tomorrow. Welcome to Chicago, honey.
No, I don't wax my eyebrows. They're just naturally like this. They're not that thick.
Go to a Cubs game. Well, it depends. That'll be overtime activities. First thing I want to do, I can be here from a week to on the outside like 10 days, 11, 12 days. So we'll see how it goes. I want to suck the big things out of the city. I've done some of that before. Because next time I come back to Chicago, I just want the whole boondocking and to go in depth on the food scene and things like that.
I think, yeah. Yep.
Late tonight, you'll be on the road. Drive carefully, honey. Be careful in Nebraska if you go through. Be very careful in Nebraska.
Mark Handler's in the side chat.
Yep, Mark Handler.
How you doing, Mark? Vixen is in there. How you doing, Vegas? Where is she at now?
She's in Las Vegas. She's putting it in gear for Michigan tonight. So
oh, cool.
That's really cool for putting it in gear for Michigan. I'm going to go ahead and shut down now. I need to go look at things like some hardware and stuff to make some determinations about.
John Southern said, "Avoid the ghetto." I know. Rosie wants to drive through some of these places. I'm always worried about her safety, and some of these places are really, really bad.
Well, we're going to see, aren't we? We got the content to look forward to.
Yeah.
And as long as we don't get boxed into a street or something like that, and that's his biggest fear is we go down the street and get boxed from behind and in front, and then
that's it. We're stuck.
Then I'm up on somebody's lawn, going around I'm up on the sidewalk, and I don't give a shit. So you're going to see a hell of a scene. Yeah, Harvey, nice to see you this morning. With that, I'm going to go ahead and thank you very much. Happy Colorado. Thank you very much. Bye, everybody. I'm so very happy to see everybody this morning. Thank you for the positivity. I guess I get a little bit of the inspiration from Cab 7, and please check out Cab 7. And if you're enjoying the content and you do feel inclined to...
Sandy's in there. Sandy Callie.
Sandy Callie. Love Sandy Callie. She's put such an awesome agenda together for this whole trip. She's wonderful. That her whole crew down in Texas is kind of like almost the backbone of the channel in a lot of ways for working out content. I wouldn't know how to do my own. Bella Rose. We got the queen of we got the Queen of Buffalo in there.
Buffalo. How you doing, Bella? Andrea, Sandy.
And lots more good adventures ahead. Thank you so much for being here, Mark Handler. Good to see you. I may pass your way back to on the way back west again. We'll see.
Who's Carrie Bridges? RV Deb's Journey is in her. How you doing, RV Debs?
Oh, RV Debs. How you doing, honey? Nice to see you, RV Debs.
RV Debs, could you unblock me on your channel? I don't know why I'm blocked. I wanted to chime in sometimes, but
he's going to be working anyway, guys. Thanks so much for watching today. Woo! Have a wonderful day. Woo! Good content coming up. Thanks, everybody. Mwah.